Hey beautiful people, I am Desiree Cocroft, your Get Your Life coach. I am a speaker, author, life strategist, life and leadership coach. And I just want to talk to you about what you need to stop doing. And this one thing that I believe you need to stop doing if you really want to see more results in your business, your side hustle, the thing that you desire to do with your life, and just your personal life, the things that you want to grow in personally as it relates to your relationships or your personal leadership development. And this is the thing. I just got off the phone with one of my good friends and we were just talking about getting the information that we need to have a successful life. And in this instance, we were talking about successful relationships. And we were just talking about how much information it is out here. And what we landed on is something that I was inspired to start doing because of one of my really great colleagues. So one of my colleagues, she's really great at taking about 3 books, and in this 1 year, what she did with the books that she read was take 90 days for each of the books in a year's time, and she created this book club where people not only read the book, but their whole goal is to apply the practices of that book. And this is something that she did last year and she's doing this year, but she also told me in confidence, well, not in confidence, not like it's a secret, but she told me in one of our conversations that it's something that she loves to do every year because it feels like a way for her to serve others and to also her personally to get better at the practices from these books. And so when I was talking to my friend about that, when we're having this whole conversation about really, all the information that's out there as it relates to having better relationships, we were just talking about the fact that if we would just stop consuming. Now, I know that that can seem counterproductive for me, so to speak, because I have a YouTube channel, I create content, I have a book. I'm always going to point people in the direction of things that I believe will benefit them. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you right now, as someone that creates videos, that creates content, that has a coaching program, that goes and speaks and trains people in so many different areas, the point is I train and speak in things that seem different, but the principles are the same. And so if you want to see more growth in your personal life, if you want to see more growth in your business, this is what you need to stop doing. Stop consuming. Stop over consuming information, thinking that it's going to change your life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what's going to change your life is one thing, and that is applying the information. Right? Sometimes we spend so much time consuming, and I've definitely been guilty of this, especially because we live in a marketing world where everybody is selling to us all the time, even with the best intentions, even if they truly do want to see your life changed, obviously, they're still out there, selling, so to speak. So with that being said, sometimes in our mind, it's like, oh man, I need this, or I need this extra thing. That's the thing that's going to change me. And not exactly. It could change you if you apply the information or if you apply the tools from said thing that you plan on buying. But a lot of times we're buying from a place of urgency. We're buying from this place of scarcity that if we don't buy it now, everything's going to come crashing down in our lives. And we don't want to make decisions out of scarcity. We want to make decisions out of abundance. And what abundance says is that this information is not going anywhere. This information, we have an abundance of information to consume. And so I'm saying all that to say, like, I've been there where I'm binging coaching programs that I've been in, or I'm binge watching YouTube channels, or I've binged books on Audible because I'm an Audible nerd. So I'm binging all this information, and then at the end of it, I'm only able to remember a couple of bits, and I feel so inspired and all of that. And at the end of the day, I feel also at the same time overwhelmed, like, well, what do I do? What do I do next? When it's actually more beneficial for me to consume, a small bit at a time and actually spend 30 days, 60 days practicing the thing that I actually consumed, executing the thing that I actually consumed, versus let me get more and more information and start feeling good and feeling smarter and feeling inspired and feeling motivated and not acting on that information, not acting on that inspiration or motivated for a consistent amount of time. And if you want to be more successful, meaning whatever you have defined as success, because you're the only one that can define what successful looks like. But if you want to be more successful in your side hustle, your business, in different areas of your life as a leader, as a communicator, as someone that wants to have a thriving personal life in your relationships, in the things that you're doing to take care of yourself. If you just want overall success by your definition, it's going to be more beneficial for you to actualize that by actually taking action on what you know to be true, what you know to be relevant to your life, versus this feeling of I need more, I need more, I need more. So in my book, 7 Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business, I talk about that we have everything that we need. So you have access to resources, you have access to knowledge, and all of those things are helping you get what you need right now. You don't have to go out and find more. Right now, if you didn't do another thing, you have resources. You have resources at your fingertips, whether it's books, whether it's people, whether it's information like podcast. You have that at your fingertips. So you already have what you need. So even if you didn't do anything else, you don't have to go out and get something else, right? Now, if those things that you have don't feel aligned to you right now, maybe you do have to find something. But at the end of the day, again, that's still a fact that there's still the fact that you have access to something, right? So you have everything that you need. What we need to figure out for ourselves is what is going to be the most beneficial thing for me to kind of lock and load in right now, right? And so maybe, so when I was talking to my friend, we were talking about healing, healing in relationships. So maybe that's the thing, like you want to get better in your relationships with people. So maybe you have to do some self-healing. Maybe it's not just romantic relationships. Maybe it's relationships in your personal life. Maybe it's your work relationships, and maybe you react to people from a place of your own trauma. And so focusing in on that, not reading 1,000 books on it, but what can I focus on healing in terms of how I can apply things in my everyday life so that I'm actively changing my behavior versus just, filling my head with all the to-dos and the niceties about healing. When it comes to your business, if you're someone like me that is always, wanting to define my business based on how I want to live my life, then figure out, okay, well, what's the one thing that I could do today that's going to help me get closer to the picture that I have for my business? So for me personally, I am working on, calendaring because I want to have a business where I'm not working 80 hours a week. I want to have a very good life-work harmony. And so for that reason, I'm not about to keep binging all these different books and things of that nature. I want to start practicing creating boundaries. And let me practice that with a conscious effort, right? Let me practice that consciously for an amount of time so that I can perfect it. And that is going to, in my opinion, make the biggest difference in my work and life harmony. And so when I think about some of the other things around, making money in my business or serving more people, if I start creating more work-life harmony, me being able to do that is going to have a ripple effect in the other areas. So some of it is just us getting down to what is the one thing that if we start applying it right now, it's going to be the biggest bang for our buck in whatever area of life that we're focusing on. And so if we do that, we will not be so compelled to binge a whole bunch of things that we think are going to help our lives. We'll be more compelled to actually take action on the 1 to 2 things that we know will benefit us the most right now. And if it means you have to learn something else, that's fine. But the whole point here is to really lock in on what matters most and resist binging. Resist binging information, resist watching things over and over again without the execution, without the application. And honestly, working on becoming masterful at whatever the thing is so that you can see huge results in your life and not just little bitty short-lived results. So hopefully that was helpful to you. If it was, go ahead and like, comment, share, all the things. I would love to know if there's some other things that you want me to talk about because I want to be able to help your life. And if you want some of the goodies that are in the description box, go ahead and click below. And until the next time, go and be great.